Welcome back to Garage Diaries. My name is Xanti and this is my whip. It's a 2013 Volkswagen Golf R, and let's get started. So originally I had an 06 Acura TL and it had over 200,000 miles on it and was just falling apart. And so my parents wanted to help pitch in and get me a new car. Well, I had been in love with Volkswagen Golf Rs for years, and they were all really expensive at the time just because 90% of them were a 2016 or newer. And so a bunch of them were going for like 25 grand or more. And so I kind of lost hope and really started looking at other stuff. And so after that, I switched to Subaru STIs. I really love the hatchback versions of them. The only problem is that they're not the most reliable things in the world, especially if you buy them used, because their transmissions go out pretty quickly, especially if you buy one that's been like heavily modified and heavily used. And so I kind of moved off of STIs and went more towards pickup trucks. My dad has an 06 Dodge Ram that's Cummins diesel and is a tank. And so I wanted to get one just like that, but diesel prices are super high right now, and it's a lot to afford. And so I was looking more towards Tacomas, although the Tacoma market right now, it's super expensive. And so I wasn't really sure if I was gonna find a Tacoma that was cheap enough for me. And so we went out and looked at a Tacoma last fall. And as we go and look at this Tacoma, we pull in and there's this Golf R sitting there. And it had only been on the lot for the day and hadn't even had its price put on it yet. And I was already in love with it. And so we looked at the Tacoma, and I mean, it was nice. It was lifted, had nice seats in it, but it was too expensive. So me and my dad ended up test driving the Golf R, and it ended up being what we snagged, so yeah. I wanted to get the taillights done because I've seen a lot of the other taillights that are on other GTIs and other Golf Rs, and they all look super cool with sequential turning signals and just the LED kind of L's they make. And so I really wanted to get those. It was terrible installing them with the amount of wiring and the amount of just pulling apart of the plastic in the trunk and whatnot. And so after we got those installed, I went ahead and got some Rotiform RSEs, and I put on 18 by 8.5s with the tires being 225 by 40s, I believe. And so as soon as I put those on, I felt like they made the car look a lot smoother. And yeah, it's been fun. I got a lot more plans to do in the future. With a catback exhaust, maybe put some coils on it, some coilovers on it, lower it a little bit more, and then maybe get a tune and a bigger turbo on it, but we'll see. So after getting this car and having it for a little while, this car's kind of been a part of my life now, that I've spent a lot of time in this car. I've spent a lot of time working on this car. And so it's just kind of been, you know, brought into the Storman family. And my parents and my family have all been like big Volkswagen people. And so, you know, to be able to get another Volkswagen and be able to introduce that back into our family is pretty awesome. And I'm kind of like the next generation of a Volkswagen driver in our family. And yeah, I would not trade this car for the world. It's amazing.